We are live, Marcel. Monday, October 16th, MMAOB Daily Podcast. My host is always Adam Morgan, Big Marcel. How you doing, my brother? How was your weekend?
I'm doing very well, man. Lot of stuff to do. Also played some Assassin's Creed Mirage for the first time, so I was happy to do that. And before we start, we're gonna open a can of the hands stuff.
Oh yeah, we gotta get it. You know what? You know what else we need to get a membership of?
Yeah.
This one right here. Prime Energy. We gotta tag them both, and maybe one of them will sponsor someone. Jake Paul retweeted me once. I don't know. That's Jake. Logan's involved with it. Just saying, Jake. One time when I was talking about Mike Malott, when he talked about the show money thing, where he's like, "I'm going to give my show money." I remember Jake Paul retweeted that. Have you had this before? The Prime?
Yeah,
Energy?
I've had it before. It's not
bad.
bad.
No. I know. That's what I thought too. Monster's pretty good too. All right, let's get some comments.
Yeah, it's the hands juice, right?
Of course. Special sauce. Glenn, what's up, brother? Always glad to have you here, my friend. You know, Glenn, I got to be honest with you. Marcel wanted to do it yesterday, and I was like, I wasn't feeling good, so I couldn't do it. But I thought about you too. I was like, Glenn won't be here. We should probably do it like the next day, you know, because we got our boy Glenn on Mondays. Auckland updates. What's up, brother? We got to know you got your name, man, because you follow us everywhere, and we like you. What's up, Joe? Phillies look good, man. Rangers are winning right now, Joe. I don't know if you're looking at the score. What happened to Daniel Perez? What happened?
So apparently he was at a jiu-jitsu tournament in Valencia, right, in Spain, and he got attacked by the son of his older coach with a medal in his face, and he has a huge gash here. I think he has also some broken bones. But you should check. I retweeted it on, quote tweeted on Twitter if you haven't seen it. You see the picture.
I'll check it out. I actually didn't see that. I was actually busy doing my day job today, so I couldn't. I had a lot of other that I didn't do. I did my UFC 294 preview for bookies, by the way. Think it went up, but if not, it'll be up tomorrow. But Marcel, I say we get into it, boys. Let's go to the UFC Vegas 81 recap. Then we'll recap Day One series on the next podcast. We'll recap or preview UFC 294. There we go. Volkanovski and Makhachev too. All right, let's go to UFC Vegas 81, Marcel. You know, overall I went 7-4, but I just finished with my picks. But the last bunch of fights, I got wrong, especially the main event here. I mean, what are you gonna say? This was an epic comeback by Edson Barboza. You lost the first round 10-8, guys. Chris Lee scoring that first round 10-9 that's worse than that's so fucking bad. How do you score that 10-9? That wasn't asked. The stats were serious favor, 42-13 with one knockdown. So and 3.5 minutes of control time too. How did he not get?
He apparently missed a gathering where they explained the 10-8 round.
I know we haven't seen. Have we seen Mike Belton? Has Mike Belton judging fights since that happened?
I feel like they have put him somewhere not on spot since that happened. You know, and I'm actually kind of sad about that. You know, because I think he's a good judge.
It's just stupid that the best judge got used as a scapegoat. Go ahead, Marshall. I want to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, it's exactly what you say. You know, the best judge got screwed because of one bad scorecard, pretty much, or let's say a bad night because he had some bad night. I mean, we've seen judges who have fucking bullshit scorecards every week. Yeah, Chris Lee, Sal D'Amato,
Derek Cleary, and Sal D'Amato, the three judges in this fight. Although two of them got it right, thank God. But this was an easy fight to score, by the way. 48-46 is the right scorecard. There's no doubt. By the way, there was
first round, and then 10-9 for Barboza. Yeah.
See, a lot of people are saying third round 10-8 for Barboza. I don't think so because it was pretty competitive. Again, the numbers backed it up 32-29, and then there was the one knockdown with the spinning wheel kick, which would have been crazy had he landed that because it was the Adam kick. That was fucking insane. But there was numbers put on the screen at one point where it said 60 to 10 in strikes. Those numbers on TV, guys, once again, they're not official by any means, and they always change on UFC Stats. UFC Stats is the official provider. I think they should get away with the live numbers on TV. They're not accurate at all. They fuck with people's perception of the fight. Because you look at that, you're like, whoa, that was pretty dominant. But in reality, it was 32-29. Go ahead.
Still, I feel like, man, you should score yourself, you know, and not look at the how do you say that? At the statistics, the numbers what they show on. I mean, if you watch for a long time, you know what you see. You know what I mean? So I mean, listen, man. For example, imagine they make a big mistake in the score stats, and they have it 10 against 25 for one guy, while you have feeling like the other guy landed more. You know what I mean? So it's go with your own mind, I would say.
Again, I use UFC Stats, so that comes out after the fight, basically. It's not, on the screen. Those stats are not official. Don't use them.
Oh shit! It's the Uber Jinx. He's in the
Alex,
chat.
what's up, brother? There he is, our guy. Marcus, what's up? If Yusuff kept the fight standing, would have got the finish. 100% agreed. He fucked up. I mean, he got tired after that. Yo, what's up, Antoine? What's up, brother? Hype, what's up, man? All right, got a bunch of cool people in the chat here. Alex, you want to join us? I want to see if Alex wants to jump in. Let me know, Alex. I'll throw you the link if you want to come in. Up to you. I don't know how busy you are right now. But yeah, anyways, I mean, listen, Marcel, Barboza's a legend, man. You know, he did it again. Like, it's fucking amazing, you know? Amazing comeback.
Premature Alex, remember? Yeah, he comes on.
I'm sending Alex the link. Yeah.
Premature Alex, yeah.
Marcel, while I send the link, just give me your thoughts on actually how the fight went.
Yeah, man. I mean, Sodiq did very well in the first round, obviously, you know. Could have finished him, didn't finish him. Barboza super tough. And Barboza took over, man. I mean, his cardio was better. And I told a friend of mine, I had the feeling, man, if Sodiq couldn't finish him, it might have gone, maybe Barboza could get his way, you know, because Sodiq hasn't fought for over a year. Maybe still hasn't been like on his old level. But the same thing is like, we got to give Barboza credit here, man. I mean, guy's a veteran, and he pulled it off by being super tough. And then after that, he came into the fight, took up the momentum and did great, you know. So, yeah, all credits to Barboza here for the win. I think it's a big win for him as well.
And 2 straight wins now, right? And both impressive, you know. At age 30, I think he's 37, looked in great shape. He looked in fucking great shape on the scale, man. That's where I'm like, damn, he took this fucking camp seriously, dude, because – wow, you showed up. I mean, listen, Yusuff showed up in shape too. He just, you know, the layoff, I think, hurt him a little bit. It didn't have that fight time, never went 5 rounds, I don't think. There was a lot of, you know, Marcel, as the week went on last week, I started getting a little bit worried about this one because of the experience difference. That's what was starting to worry me, because I did like another preview and I realized, I'm like counting up Barboza's stats. I'm like, holy shit, he's 17-11 in the UFC. Like, that is a lot of fights and a lot of wins. Bro. Now he's 18-11. What's up, man?
Isn't it crazy when the UFC finally does these prospect fights in Apex against veterans, and then the 2 veterans are running against the 2 prospects they expect maybe to do well, you know?
Yes.
So, yeah, there he is.
Alex, what's up, brother? Alex Bahoonin from MMAMania.com. How's it going, man?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. So I cracked my fucking laptop leaving the UFC event on Saturday, so it's like super fucked up. But I'm here, bro. I'm happy to see you guys.
Yo, you too, man. Let's talk about the main event. We just gave our thoughts on it, man. What a comeback by Barboza. Give me your thoughts, brother.
Dude, I mean, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. So I picked Barboza to upset it just because I was just kind of on a vibe, like, you know, Bobby Green beat Grant Dawson. Like, I was just kind of feeling it. And then that first round, I was like, oh, well, that pick went right out the fucking window because he got beat up. And then he just weathered the storm, man. I just like it's weird because sometimes when Edson gets beat up like that, like he just doesn't come back from it, right? Like Bryce Mitchell fucked him up and he just didn't recover. So I was just like, well, I mean, it is what it is. And when he hit his patented spinning wheel kick, man, I was like, holy smokes. So it was crazy, man. I guess the biggest thing from it is just Chris Lee not scoring it at 10-8 in that first round.
Like fucking horribly. Like, how do you not get that 10-8? That's like the most obvious 10-8 round ever.
Like, bro, like how many scorecards are you gonna have to fuck up until you go away, dude? Like, man,
this guy sucks. I think
apparently one. Apparently one for one guy. All the others can fuck up.
I was just about to ask Alex because he's there, obviously. Alex, have you seen Mike Bell in like the last month? Where the fuck happened to him? They take him out to the Vegas desert.
I haven't seen. What's going on? I haven't seen Mike Bell. Maybe they replaced him with Chris Lieben. I don't know.
Marcel's thinking that I know Lieben hasn't been back, right? Like, but Marcel was thinking maybe like, you know, he's just on like these lower cards. I don't know. Do you ever go to those like tough enough cards and all that stuff, or?
No, I don't say lower cards, but
I say that? Sorry. Do. Yeah, you go to them? Yeah. Do they have like these guys judging the fights like Derek Cleary and Sal Diamato? Are they the guys, or is it like, you know, up and coming? You know who they are? Up and comers, maybe?
Man, I actually don't know that, to be honest with you. There is a tough enough event coming up pretty quick. I think next month. So, and I'll be there, so I can find out. But I don't know.
Yeah. If you can't, you know what, Alex? It's a good idea, even for MMA Mania. Just grab like the judging order or the the bout order with the judges. Just for like, you know, just to see in comparison to what they're using in the UFC. But yeah, I mean, we were talking about the scorecards. Like, I think it was an easy fight to score, guys. 48-46, right? Like, it's pretty straightforward to me. I don't know how you fucked that round up. Go ahead.
Just to clarify, I didn't say on lesser cards. I mean, maybe they keep him off the, how do you say that, off the from the public right now, because it's still like.
I see what you're saying.
But yeah, I mean.
No, I apologize. I must have just.
No problem, dude. No problem.
Anyways, I think we're good with the main event. Oh yeah, actually, good question. Here's one for Alex. Who should Barboza fight next, man?
Calvin Kattar.
Mm-hmm.
Do it.
They haven't fought yet. They both been in the UFC forever.
I think it makes that perfect sense. Yeah. He's been asking for a step up. If they don't give him a step up, do Barboza versus Alex Caceres for like a UFC veterans match.
That'd be cool too. Yeah. Does Josh Emmett have a fight booked? He has one booked or no?
No, I would be cool with that one as well.
That'd be a good fight, right? Maybe it's a retirement fight.
Yeah, I don't think he doesn't, but I think there's something in the works for Josh Emmett because I was asking if he was the one fighting Movsar, and they said no. So I don't know.
Okay, how about this? Has this fight ever happened? Has Barboza fought Holloway?
I don't think so.
Why the fuck not?
Rivera did.
Why not? Like two veterans. Like Max is in this weird fucking spot. He just fought Clean Zombie, who shouldn't even be ranked. It's not like Barboza's a step down from Zombie. He's a step up.
Max is going to fight Ilya Max is going to fight Ilya if Volkanovski takes damage, that he can't return in January.
Bro, imagine Max Holloway wins. We got the fourth fight between Max and Volk. I mean, listen, man. Maybe I'm weird, but I'm weird, but I don't mean that way. But maybe I think they should have done Topuria against Evloev if. Yeah. They fight there for an interim belt, I love that fight. It happened. It went canceled for two times already, I think. And why not, Because Holloway, you're going to give him another shot at Volkanovski. And definitely, listen, after that second fight, I understand. That was super close. Could have gone Holloway's way. But that third fight was so convincing for Volkanovski. You know what I mean? And it just sucks for Max that he's actually the best guy in the division besides Volkanovski. But maybe if Max is lucky, and Volk wins this weekend, you never know. And Volk is like, I'm going to keep going at lightweight. He probably does it. He wants to go back to featherweight as well. But you know what I mean? So, I don't know, man. I mean, yeah.
Fair enough. Anyways, let's go to the next
Big Marcel.
Yeah, go ahead. Alex.
Oh, what's up, dude? What's up?
I'm the loser that's drinking the Prime Energy drink here. I got a free one from Circle K, man. They give you a free one like every day on the app. It's fucking awesome. I don't mind it, actually. It's not bad, Alex. I don't bad the Prime, but by the way, I mean, listen.
I dig it.
Go ahead.
No. I was just saying, I like the Prime Energy drinks. I think they're good.
It's fucking awesome. Yeah. I was going to say, before we get into the next fight, can we quickly go over the boxing match just really fast? Like, it was horrible, right? Like, it was the worst. There's literally the worst fight I've ever seen, I think, man. Honestly. It was so bad.
Dog, I was saying, like, the co-main and main event was so bad that, like, it literally could have killed influencer boxing. Like, it was that bad.
I hope it has. I don't know why this has become such a big thing. I mean, because people watch, right? That's even we watched. I mean, I didn't pay for it, but I watched that one fight just because the guy was talking so much shit. Dylan Gance is a joke, man. The guy was so bad. He just has his head up.
So bad.
I love how Ariel in the second round, though, he's announcing it. His commentary was not very good. And same with Jonathan Coachwood, not very good commentary. Like they're MMA guys, they're not boxing guys. I get it, but Ariel's like, man, what a brilliant game plan by Dylan Gance here, trying to get Logan Paul tired, and then all of a sudden Logan Paul started beating the shit out of him. I'm like, what? I think he aged too well.
When I was a kid, this happened many times. When I set my pants up, I had my dick in between my zipper, and that was more enjoyable than those two fights. I mean, come on, man. I mean, also, like, I saw, I don't know who it was anymore, but it was one of the bigger websites, MMA websites. They were like, why do you think we cover this? Because you fans want us to cover this. I was like, dude, are you really trying to explain yourself why you want to cover it for us to cover it? I don't give a shit about it. You can do what you want, but don't try to put it on the fans that they want you to cover it. Of course, it generates more clicks because not MMA fans just clicking on those links, but also like the casual fans, just people like friends of mine, who don't watch MMA but know KSI and Logan Paul. I mean, what are you trying to say? You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know who said it anymore. So I cannot say his name or her name. I don't know. It's definitely not Amy. So just for to make sure, I know Alex, you're trying to keep a straight face here, but I know you think it's funny, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, I get what you're saying. My website, we covered it because it did double the clicks that UFC Vegas 81 did. It's
Listen, man, and I fully understand that. There's no problem, but don't go to X or to Instagram and say we have to do this because the MMA fans want this. No, the MMA fans don't want this. It's like the other people who don't watch the sport and know these two guys from YouTube. They want to see it. So it's like don't mix that. You know what I mean? And I understand they want to put attention to that because it generates clicks. I mean, I'm not stupid. I look stupid, but I'm not. But yeah, it is what it is.
That's so funny. Project's good, man. Like, I think it's pretty good. Yeah, I got like Circle K, the app. You guys have Circle K in the States. Yeah, they have an app and it's like free. It's like you get a free one like every day. Just go there just for the free one. Buy some candy or something. What do you guys think Dylan goes through? I mean, I don't even want to talk about this idiot. This guy sucks. He got me hyped up with the shit talk to the guy's fiance. I mean, let's be honest. Like, it was epic trolling. Like, he got sued. So it's pretty good trolling, but like the fight itself was just terrible. Okay, let's go back to the UFC fights. I mean, I don't think this fight was very good at all. Viviane Araujo defeats Jennifer by decision. I'll give Marcel props, though. He did pick her as an underdog. Great pick, brother. Fight didn't do it for me, guys. I didn't care at all about this fight. I was just like, oh, this fight's boring. What do you guys think, man?
By the way, thank you, Octagon Updates and Antoine, for staying here after the Logan Paul and the KSI shit. We appreciate you.
Alex, your face, dude. You're just like, you just didn't give a shit at all. It was so meh. It was just meh.
I didn't watch the fight. I was in the Apex, probably talking to the PR. It was a glorified gatekeeper fight. Like I couldn't tell you who won, what happened. Who cares?
Yeah, Marcel, just give you props because you did pick the dog.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, third round clearly for Maia, second round clearly for Araujo. Came down to the first round. You could have scored for either way. So I was actually kind of surprised that it went unanimous. But could have gone either way, I feel like. And it was like, I mean, I don't know. Listen, I understand from like, oh, we got to put women there in the co-main to put in the next round. But Jonathan Martinez, Adrian Yanez should get in the co-main.
Did I not say that last week? I mean, this fight was fucking great.
It's fucking bullshit because there's been several UFC cards where ranked female fighters are on the prelims. So why this one?
I guess they thought it'd be a striking battle, turn into more of a wrestling match. By the way, go ahead.
How many times they even have like ranked females on the prelims and they have like unranked females on the main card? It's like, and also Chris Gutierrez was on the prelims, the second prelim, which was actually really disrespectful. It
really was. I mean, he's 15th, right? Isn't he? I think. Like, he's just a good fighter. Let's talk about the other bandweights on this card. His teammate Jonathan Dragon Martinez. I fucking love this guy. I've liked him for a long time, guys. I'll tell you that. I've liked him for pretty much since he ever came in the UFC. He knocked this guy Ping Wan Liu by with a knee 4 years ago, guys, and that's when he kind of got on my map. And he lost a split decision to Andre Ewell, which most people think is like one of the biggest robberies probably of all time. And since then, he's only lost to Dave Grant. He actually was winning that fight against Davey Grant. He knocked him down, but then Davey Grant's a fucking dog. He came back and won, right? Like, I don't even think losing to Davey Grant's that bad at all, to be honest with you. Since then, 6 straight wins, guys. I'm picking him in every fight too, Alex. Like, I'm riding the wave, and minus 110 odds in this fight, guys. He was even money. I think he was like the best bet in the card, personally. He looked fucking incredible in this fight. Just chopping down those legs of Adrian Yanez, chopping them down, hurting him, finishing the fight in the second round. Yanez, very tough dude. Like, I think a lot of people go down in the first round for those kicks. It was brutal. But wow, man, I'm just super impressed with this guy. And Alex, I'm pretty sure Song Yadong lost Pierre Yan, right, as the opponent for UFC China. This makes sense, right? The Dragon versus Song Yadong, and the winner, like, we get that next step up, gets a top 5 guy. What do you guys think about that? You like that?
I mean, that's a fantastic fight. But I'm actually hearing that China's it's like 50-50 happening right now. Like, it's not looking, it's not looking that good. So we might have a, we might be looking at an Apex event in December.
They're going to put that one in Minneapolis, and you'll finally be right when you ask Dave that question. Anyways, man. But what do you guys think about Jonathan Martinez? Go ahead, man. Tell me.
Man, he's so underrated.
I know.
And it's funny. So in the beginning of the week, I picked Yanez because I felt like I was hearing everything I wanted to hear from him. But as the fight got closer, I was just like, I don't like Jonathan is gonna chop down his legs, and like I just don't like him, Vince Morales. There's been a few fighters that like what these Factory X guys are gonna do, but you can't defend them, or like it's crazy. Like I just want to know, like did Adrian do anything in training camp to kind of block that or check them or do whatever, because it looked like he had no defense for him, man, and it was brutal, man. Like watching that cage side, I was like, holy fuck, like it was nasty. Yanez was he screamed a couple times going down, like it was nasty. I wouldn't have cared if the referee stopped it in that first round when he went down. Like it was nasty, man. And Jonathan Martinez is fucking good, man. He's super underrated, and I see a lot of people saying Yanez is just he's overrated. Just he's only popular because he's on Twitter. No, he's not. Like he's a fun fighter. He might be a little one-dimensional at some points. Like we haven't seen his grappling at all, right? He's a very fun, exciting fighter.
Yeah.
But this loss was pretty bad.
Yeah. Any thoughts, Marcel?
Yeah. Listen, man, I call Jonathan Martinez the Assassin's Creed fighter, and I will tell you why. This is stupid to the story. When he made his debut in the UFC, his fight announcement was the week that I played first time Assassin's Creed. And this fight is the first time I played a new Assassin's Creed game. So for me, it's Assassin's Creed fighter. Doesn't make sense, but that's how I see him. Yeah, I mean, Americans overall have the big problem with blocking leg kicks for some reason, and Martinez and Gutierrez are really good at it. And man, Martinez really good fighter, I think. I mean, I think he had some luck in the. I got in the Said Nurmagomedov fight. I don't think he actually won that one, but hey, I mean, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. He didn't. He lost to Ewell, which he should have won, in my opinion. So, but yeah, Martinez really good, man. I think he's super underrated. I think many people were on Yanez for this fight. I think Adam and myself, we picked Martinez last week. Yeah. I think you did as well, Alex, or not?
No, you picked. Oh, you did again, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think my official pick was Yanez, but like Friday and Saturday, in my mind, I had switched to Martinez.
Yeah, I do that all the time.
We did it all the time. I mean, yeah, but I mean, people who talk shit about Yanez, I mean, come on, man. I mean, he lost to Rob Font, which can happen. I said it back then, man. Maybe too early, maybe too quick in the top 10 there. Now Martinez is ready, for a bigger step in the competition. So I like to see it. And Yanez, I think he still beats a lot of guys there. So look forward next for both guys.
Maybe he could fight Gutierrez. Like that would be a good fight, wouldn't it? Like his teammate, that'd be a good fight. Although he probably gets his legs chopped out again.
He probably get chopped again. Now I want to ask you guys. We are going to talk about Chris Gutierrez in a little bit, but between Gutierrez and Martinez, who has the higher ceiling?
Oh, Martinez. He's younger, isn't he? Like he's way younger, right?
I think so too.
Gutierrez is 32. I want to say he's a year younger than I think. No, he's 91. Yeah, so he's 32. And I know it's not just age and MMA, but yeah, Martinez is only 29. He's 29, guys. He's fucking great.
We can
10-3 in the UFC.
We can perfectly solve this, man. Make Jonathan Martinez against Pedro Munoz, and we can see how he does.
That's a good fight. Yeah, because Munoz is like the ultimate gatekeeper, right? In 135 to really see if you're good or not. All right, go to the next fight here. Michel Pereira knocks out Andre Petroski, minute and 6 seconds. Middleweight debut in the UFC. He has won 6 straight fights. He's 7-2 in the UFC. And the Diego Sanchez fight, I mean, he was going to win that fight before he landed that legal knee. You could say he's 8-1. The one loss to Conley where he gassed out after doing those backflips on his entrance, and he just got so tired. Like, what was he fucking thinking? But man, 6 straight wins since then, guys. Like, I wasn't sure about this one, Alex. I got it wrong, got this pick wrong because I thought Petroski would wrestle, and he just didn't get the chance to. He got knocked out in a minute. So, any thoughts, boys? We'll start with you, Marcel.
I mean, Petroski said, I think today on his Instagram that he was in Thailand and he had to cut a lot of weight. He said no excuses, but I mean, it was like that. I also expected him to take him down. But it's so weird with Michel Pereira. You don't feel like he has that win streak because he has pulled out of his fight with Thompson, before. So you really have the feeling like that he is not on a win streak, but he is. So, I mean, yeah, what can you say? Such a quick performance, very well done by him. Looked great at middleweight. You know, he actually looked bigger than Petrosky. So, yeah, what's next for him? I should definitely give him somebody in the top 15, man. I would say.
He's cutting, what, 46 pounds to make welterweight?
That's crazy.
Insane.
It's nuts.
He must have been the biggest welterweight in the UFC, right? I can't imagine anyone's cutting more than that.
Yeah, I can, but I have to cut my dick off. But
I was talking with your boy because I know this is one of your guys, Alex, Michel Pereira.
Bro, I gotta tell you, dude, I see Michel in Extreme Couture quite a bit.
Yeah,
the dude is fucking humongous. Like it is like someone needs to do a science experience, like a scientific theory on how he and Alex Pereira made middleweight and welterweight, because I have no fucking idea, dude. That dude is humongous. And how did a featherweight Tristan Connolly beat a fucking light heavyweight in Michel Pereira? You know, like it's crazy. Yeah, man. He's I also picked Petrosky. I thought his grappling would be able to get Michel down, but fuck, we were all wrong with that one. And I mean, for his next fight at middleweight, maybe give him maybe Nasruddin Imavov because he pulled out. Maybe give him Jack Hermanson. Chris Curtis got booked. Oh, maybe Fluffy.
Imavov. I like Imavov, actually. It's good.
Yeah, all those fights make sense. I mean, I picked Chris Rodriguez, guys, but this guy's a weight bully, man. You know, three weight misses now in UFC Contender Series combined. 2 straight weight misses, 2 straight wins, beating these prospects, Raul Rotas and now Cameron Simon, and these other prospects who are pretty good losses while he's being unprofessional, missing weight. Like, I like the guy, or Alex, I'll start with you. I like him, but, like, man, I just think he needs to move up in weight. Like, he's gotten too many chances at this point. What do you think?
It's a fucking shame, right? Because that dude he's a very, very, very good prospect, man.
He is, man.
It sucks. I did see Anthony Pettis, who's basically repping him right now, talk to Sean Shelby after the fight, and they kind of like were talking. It's tough, man. Like when you miss weight 3 times, including the Contender Series, I mean, most fighters would have to go up, but I just feel like this kid's ceiling is so high at bantamweight that, like, I just don't think he'd have the same success at featherweight, right? So I think he really has to, like, get down to Vegas. I mean, Pettis lives in Vegas. Go stay with Pettis for, like, a month, get his weight figured out, the PI, and, like, really get it figured out, because you are right. Like, he is being a weight bully right now, and he's knocked off 2 big prospects because of it, right? So it sucks, but man, I want to see him at bantamweight because I think this kid is really, really good.
Marcel?
I'm fully with that. You know, I really like Christian Rodriguez. I mean, I think the only time he didn't miss weight was against Weems, and it was at that was at 135, and he fought Pierce at 145 then in his debut. It's like I think he's a very good fighter, you know, but it's like the UFC cut down in their own hands, you know, with matching him up against Simon and against Rosas, both marketable guys, I feel like, you know, and they have a loss now on his record at 135, both against Rodriguez. Rodriguez, I really like him. Like I said, I think he's a good prospect, but if he wants to continue at 135, he has to make 135, you know. So because 140 is a pretty big miss. It's almost like in between. It's a super bantamweight or a light featherweight or whatever you call it. But it was a good performance from both guys, by the way. I really like what I saw. I think Simon's super young and has a lot of upcoming upside as well in this. Very fun fight. I mean, I wouldn't have if that heavyweight or if that main event wasn't the fight of the night, I would have given it to this probably. Yeah,
it was a good fight. Go ahead. You gonna say something else? Sorry.
No, I just, I think this guy's really good, man. I think I think he'll be in the top 15 very quickly if he can make weight and continue to win, because he's very good.
I agree. I mean, like, listen, like, for instance, Chris Gutierrez, we keep talking about this guy. We'll actually talk about this fight in a minute here, but, like, he's 15th. Stylistic, I would pick Chris Rodriguez to beat him. You know, like, I think you guys would too, right? So it just shows you, like, I think he is top 15 level, but again, he can't make weight. I don't think he should get another chance. I think he's had enough chances, but I agree with this guy. It's not fair. I don't think so. But at the same time, they're looking for the next champion. This guy is really good, and if he can, like you said, get to Vegas and go to that PI, maybe he can, actually make the weight. UFC dropped the ball, C-Rod derailed too much. Well, that's Marcus. I mean, I don't disagree. Rojas, I think, can bounce back, but Simon now he's going to have to get a couple more wins in a row to do so. I also think his camp fucked up when they only asked for 25%. Like, I think you should get 10% for each pound over, and then at a certain point, the fight has to be canceled. But I feel like, Alex, I would have been like, okay, 140, give us 40% then. Like, that's what I would have demanded, 40%.
I mean, I'm very extreme with these things. Like, I say 50% or the entire purse. Just like I think if you get kicked in the nuts or an eye poke, that's an automatic point. Yeah, that's how I see these things. Like, just go extreme, and these guys are going to stop doing it, right?
Yeah, and this guy, this is exactly why I usually wait to weigh-ins. I get it, you might miss the line, but you do kind of see this kind of thing when it happens, because it was clear that he wasn't going to kill himself to make 136, 137. He wasn't going to do that. So he's like, okay, I'll just come in at 140 and not kill myself here. You guys are funny. Let's go to the next fight here. Marcel, we both picked him, man. Woof. Darren Elkins. And I think you picked him too, Alex. You had him too. You fucker. You had him in that pool too. You had him in what's his name? Sean Bitter's pool. You have 2 picks now. Dude, I'm still in the top. I think there's 9 people left. I'm still there too. I'm coming for you, bro. But I wouldn't. I took the safe pick and took Gutierrez, right? Of course, you go with the upset here. And man, Darren Elkins is a fucking dog. I think they should have given an extra bonus to this guy. I'm kind of disappointed he didn't get a bonus. Personally, I think I would have given him one more than Pereira, just because Petrosky was short notice and everything. This was a really good fight for him. Dude, Darren Elkins looked really good in this fight, guys. His grappling was phenomenal. The reversals, the sweeps, 5 takedowns, gets the finish. TJ Brown's not UFC caliber. I've been saying that for a while. But I was really impressed though here, man, by Darren Elkins regardless. And we both called it in the podcast, Marcel, by finish, got the job done. It's funny because when he first came to the UFC, most people thought he was one of the most boring fighters on the roster, because he was just decision for almost every fight. And then the last bunch of years now, he's in some fucking wars and some good fights. And out of his last 5 wins, 4 of them are stoppage wins. He's a finisher now. So yeah, man, Elkins is really underrated fighter. He has been for so many years. He's always been a really good underdog bet. And wow, I was really just impressed by his performance here, guys. At age 30, he's 39, right? So great performance, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I did want to say I bet Barboza by decision. Cash that. Nice.
What happened? Yeah, Caesar use Caesars, right? That's the one you use?
Caesars. Yeah. So, dude, I was flabbergasted that Elkins was an underdog against TJ Brown. I honestly, I was just like, what the fuck what are these odds makers seeing in this? Yeah, I mean, dude, Elkins wrestling was fun to watch, right? His takedowns were good, his scrambles were good. I mean, he just smothered TJ Brown. He did get cracked a couple times, but unless you got extreme power, you're not going to put Elkins down with 1 or 2 punches. And he just went in there, broke TJ Brown. I agree with you, man. I don't think TJ Brown's UFC caliber, but I also he's a recovering addict just like me, so I have to give him some love, and I really do appreciate him being honest about that. But yeah, man, I think that win for Elkins was fucking good and crazy. He was an underdog.
Marcel.
Yeah, man. I mean, what you said, he should have got a performance of the night. Let's not forget he got a big present the day before. He got the jacket from USADA. So,
they're going to put those on eBay and make a pretty penny, boys.
They should. I mean, listen, man. I understand it's a nice gesture, and I'm happy that they give something. But seriously, who's going to walk with a jacket with the damage and USADA on it? Who's going to publicly walk with that? You hang that somewhere in the closet, and you're happy you did it.
I'm not going to lie, Marcel. I think the jacket's pretty sweet. I've always thought it was pretty cool. It's a nice jacket, man.
Yeah, but I wouldn't wear it. It's like
I'd hang it in my closet or frame it or something.
Maybe if you do some role play with your girlfriend or something, it's maybe funny. But I mean, it's not something you wear outside. You see, Alex is saying, yeah, it's true. So
Alex, you like the Letterman jacket? jacket or no? You don't like it? You like it?
I mean, yeah, I do. It's kind of like a high school airman jacket. Like you wear it to like high school basketball games and high school high school parties, but you're not gonna wear it out to the fucking festival. You know what I'm saying?
Alex just loves leather. Let's be honest, he loves leather. Yeah. It's like it's a cool jacket, you know. It's no problem with it. But sorry guys, I'm completely going off topic. My bad. Back about the fight. Alcus did great, you know. He did great.
Yeah.
And he's like, how old is he? 40, 41?
He's 39, 40 next
year. 39.
Yeah.
Sorry. He's 39. Yeah, he's doing great, you know, and I'm happy for him. And like I said last week, man, on the podcast, it's like the dude pretty much has to finish now, you know, because he's cut open in every single fight. And the judges are like, yeah, dude, you're damaged. We give it to the opponent. But, dude, that damage is open after 30 seconds. So it looks like he's damaged the whole fight. But it's maybe just a couple of cuts, you know?
I mean, the guy's got so much experience. And, like, he's only really lost to good fighters. If you look through his resume, like, he's never really lost to a bad fighter. He's just a good – I really like Darren because there's, like, again – he's talking about the post fight. I know you were listening, Alex. Like he's talking about all these records he has for like most takedowns, top control, and shit. Like he's not a UFC Hall of Famer by any means, but like again, if there's like a UFC Hall of like very good, he could be in it. I think he's a good fighter. Again, not Hall of Famer. I'm not saying that at all. Just saying like he's not just a guy who had an average career. He's had an above average career in the UFC.
He's a UFC legend. Like that's just what he is. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not a Hall of Famer, but he's a UFC legend, right?
Crazy to say, but he might be, you know?
Yeah, I think he is. Like, he has I think he has the best or a top 3 best comeback of all time.
Yep.
Like,
yep.
You know, the one against
Bektic. Like, he took out that top
Bektic, the Bektic one, yeah.
Everyone thought Bektic would be a champion, and he fucking head kicked him to hell.
Adam, can I ask both you guys something? So I hear many people saying, like, Barboza should be in the Hall of Fame, and I actually forgot to ask that. And I feel like, listen, man, it's almost now like it's almost like Logan Paul's girlfriend. Like everybody gets in, you know, the UFC Hall of Fame. So it's like, should he go in the Hall of Fame or not? You know.
Well, here's the thing. So he's 18-11 in the UFC, which is a really good record. He has got really good wins. He has some of the best highlights of all time. He has so many bonuses. He's kind of like that territory where he's kind of like on the bubble. Like I don't think I would. But I think that there's got to be like a fight he was in, like maybe the Burgos fight or the Terry Edom fight, where they could put him in for that fight. But I've also said, Marcel, they should have like a knockout wing in the Hall of Fame. Maybe they'll add it one day, like in the submission wing too. But like the knockout over Edom is arguably the greatest knockout of all time. It should be in the Hall of Fame somehow. Maybe that's how they get him in. I think maybe Marcel, it's possible, but again, because he does have a lot of good wins, guys. You know, Dariush, Pettis, Hooker. Burgos, Yusuff now, Bobby Green. Man, there's a lot of good wins over the years for a long time. Paul Felder, you know, I don't know, man. The guy's awesome. What are you gonna say, Alex? You had something to say?
I mean, I think if you put Faber and Cowboy Cerrone and Barboza's right behind him, like obviously he's never gonna be a champion, but he has the best knockout of all time in the UFC. His resume, you can argue maybe a couple other ones, but I think he's had the toughest schedule of any UFC fighter, dude. Like the people he's fought in fucking 2 weight classes is just undeniable, man. And it's crazy. And I see, Antoine, what the Hall of Fame criteria is for myself. Like I see a lot, like I think Marcel's very, like, I don't know how to say it, like old standard where like you believe champions should be in there, and maybe like in like pioneers, right? Like I'm a little bit more lenient because it's a UFC Hall of Fame, right? It's not an MMA Hall of Fame, right? So I think UFC stars can get in the UFC Hall of Fame, right? Like it's their own Hall of Fame. They can do whatever they want. Like obviously they can't put like run of the mill fighters, but like Edson Barboza, fuck yeah, he should. Jim Miller, put him in. Like I have no problem with it. Like I don't think it devalues the Hall of Fame.
No, Jim Miller should be in too, I think.
Yeah. Can I ask you another question about the Hall of Fame, actually? By the way, dude, I'm so jealous of your beard, but that's besides that. I'm thinking, like, I have this discussion with Adam all the time as well, you know, when you are in the Hall of Fame for a fight, for example, Do Hu Choi against Cub Swanson, do you consider them Hall of Famers?
No, we've talked about like Frank. That means Frank Trigg's a Hall of Famer too. Like I just don't really.
Yeah, I feel the same as Adam. I want to know your opinion.
Man, it's tough. Yeah, it's tough to say Do Hu Choi is a Hall of Famer, right?
Yeah.
No, I don't think. I think it's easy. I think you should just say his fight is in the Hall of Fame, but he isn't in the Hall of Fame. But technically he is, right? But yeah, no, I wouldn't put that clarification in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm on the UFC website right now looking at the fact, and yeah, like you said, like the guys that are in the wing are considered Hall of Famers. They're talking about like criteria, and there's not really. It just says like your achievements and accomplishments. It does say actually here that if the UFC Hall of Fame, but overall career achievements and contributions to the sport of MMA are noted and celebrated. So I think it kind of does include the other stuff, but mostly, you know, like they're not going to put a Bellator fighter in here. A guy like, I don't know, who's a pit bull. They wouldn't put him in, even though, you know, he would be in an MMA Hall of Fame, obviously. But they put like Sakuraba in, and like most of his best moments were probably in Pride, right? So like, Boss Rutan too, like a lot of the stuff in Pancrase, right? So, all right, let's go to the next fight here, guys. I mean, I thought this fight was really boring too. Tanera Lisboa against Viviane Oliveira. Like, give me my 18 minutes of my life back, whatever it is with the breaks. 17 minutes. Fight sucked, man. I don't know. Did you care at all, Alex? You were there.
I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it.
Guys, fucking Cage not watching. I love it.
You know.
Yeah. No. I think I chose to go back. I think I chose to go back and talk with who was back there. Oh, Terrence McKinney was back there, so I chose to talk with him instead of this fight.
Yeah, what's wrong before that one?
You have anything to say, Marcel? Did you?
I really like Lisboa, by the way. You know, I really like her. Not just like how her fights are fun normally, you know, but also she's really like humble and nice. I watch her interviews, you know, because thank God sometimes you can like put English subtitles on because my Portuguese sucks. But yeah, it's like I like her normally, and she's more of a Muay Thai actually kind of girl, and she has won twice pretty much by using her wrestling and her jiu-jitsu. So I mean, looking for what's next for her, but yeah, it wasn't the most entertaining fight there, you know. So yeah.
I'm just going to move on to Terrence McKinney, the guy that Alex just mentioned. Here's the thing, like again, this guy Brendan Murad is just not UFC level. I don't think. Like, he gets dropped with the first punch and basically wakes up after he gets hit on the canvas and finished in 20 seconds here. Like, listen, I love Terrence, but like, people were saying give him a bonus. Like, listen, he should have 100% got a bonus when he knocked out Matt Frevola. And it's crazy that he has 5 knockouts or submissions in the UFC and no bonuses. That's crazy, but like, you shouldn't get a bonus for beating Brendan.
Look who he's beating.
I know. This guy is not good. But the Matt Frevola win in 7 seconds, guys, in his debut, how did he not get 50K for that? That was insane. It was one of the quickest knockouts of all time against the top dude. I mean, I like Terrence. Who should he fight next? Chris Duncan? Is that they're going to do that? Is that the Marcel? Have you heard anything?
I think so. Yeah, I think so, bro. Yeah.
For MSG,
I think so.
You think they'll do it?
It's just
MSG's pretty booked. I think.
That card's it's pretty full. And speaking of that card, bro,
what's up?
For a 30th anniversary card,
Lopez Pat Sabatini on the main card. Yeah,
it's really underwhelming,
bro. It is a mid card at best.
It's based on the 2 title fights. So
you saw the main card?
Yeah, like I was saying, like it's got that fight on it when I just mentioned. Lopez and Sabatini. Like, listen, I like those guys, but
me too. But it's
like that's not a main card fight for like the 30th anniversary pay-per-view.
You guys also see that the UFC pretty much doesn't do the advertising for the 30th anniversary card. They just do like Jones Miossis, but they don't say it's like the 30th anniversary card, you know? It's like I expected more, but they pretty much like this card sells with these 2 fights on top, you know, so they don't give a shit. But
dude, for how much they're fucking charging for that card?
Yeah,
I mean,
I know.
How dare you do like that card?
You know what's crazy though, guys? It's in 25 days from now. I mean, we're gonna see John Jones and Stipe fight in 25 days, and Prochazka returning against Pereira. So honestly, it'll be worth it. And then Matt Frevola and Ben Watson fight. Those 3 fights are fucking. Actually, there's some good fights, guys. Like Matt Schnell and Steve Ursay, Astro Boy.
There are fun fights on it for sure. Richie Godinez is also a fun fight.
Josh Fan versus Kevin Borjas. That's a really good fight between 2 good prospects. I really like that Josh Fan guy, man.
Adam,
It's not as bad as you guys are saying. Honestly, it's just not. It's not 30th anniversary worthy. Right?
Yeah, it's underwhelming, dude. And the UFC has lost the plot the last couple of years, man. I mean, this is no disrespect to anybody, but you got to see it. Fighting is a poor man's sport. You know what I mean? And I mean with that, it's the working class, you know, and these people do fighting. It's not like the upper class or whatever would do fighting. It's the working class. And these people already normally don't have extremely much of a lot of money, you know, and then you're going to charge those kind of prices. It's like somewhere they lost the plot, you know what I mean? So it's like, I remember when last time I went to Hamburg, the event with Barnett against Arlovski a couple of years ago, you know, I paid for like, what did I pay? 110 euros. That's like $120, you know, and I was sitting almost front row, you know what I mean? So it's like somewhere they are like, now we only want to have like the Matthew McConaughey's, the Halle Berrys, the Adam Sandlers in the state. They think everybody is like that, you know what I mean? But there are a lot of people who work 24 hours or 7 days a week, you know, and they have to pay that, and it's already a lot. So you gotta go a little bit less crazy. And I think they earn a lot with the pay-per-view money as well as also. So you mean?
Yeah, I mean, plus like for hardcore fans like ourselves and for people who watch the show, yeah, there's fun fights all up and down that card. But for a casual fan, how are you going to sell this card? How are you going to tell them to spend $70 on or $80 on this card? You go, oh, well, they're like, who's on the card? Oh, John Jones. All right, who else? Yuri Prohaska. Or who else? This really good jiu-jitsu guy, Diego Lopez. Who? This really good French fighter, Benoit Saint-Denis. Who? You know what I'm saying? Like it's like that. That's what much more what I'm saying.
I think it's missing one big fight. I think it's like it could use one more big fight. Maybe like Kevin Holland could step on short notice and fight someone. Can they get called Kevin Holland?
Yeah, well, I mean, why not? I would say I think they would do it, man. But
I think it needs one more fight.
Also, these Apex cards, dude. I mean, if you see what they're charging for those, can you tell me, Alex, maybe you can tell me, why do they charge so much for these Apex fight nights, you know?
Because people will pay for it.
That's the main problem here. Yeah, that's true. That's
the only reason why. But go ahead. But the thing about the Apex is the left side is people who pay for it. So there's probably about 50 to 60 people on that side. The right side is all fighters, families, just like that. So they're only selling one half of the state. So I mean, but with how much they're charging, they're obviously making a profit. But from what I've heard, there's going to be like less than 10 Apex.
Was it 7 you said, right? I think you reported about it, something like that. Or not, I don't know if it was you reported.
They're coming back on next year.
Yeah, you see, for example, in London, man, last time when they had the pay-per-view, it was sold out, you know, and then they came back for the fight night and they charged the same prices and it wasn't sold out. I mean, listen, man, maybe in the US you can do that, you can pull that shit off, but over here in Europe, they say fuck you, dude, if you charge us the same for fight night.
I mean, bro, looking forward to next year, like when they're moving out of the Apex, like they're gonna have a hard time selling tickets because they're gonna have to put on 50 events and the roster is completely bloated, right? So like getting back to the fight, like Brandon Murat, like he's not UFC caliber. Like the barrier to entry to the UFC is so low. It's so low. And it just sucks that like with how stacked the lightweight division is, there was no one that was going to step up and fight Terrence McKinney. Like I understand he's a tough fight, but like no one's going to step up and fight this guy. Like they have to go out and fight someone who's not UFC caliber, and look at who he's beat on the regional scene. Like, bro, what?
Yeah, no, I agree. Let's keep going with the card here. But I just wanted to get this conference win. Since UFC doesn't focus on great cards, to focus on what will sell. As soon as it's sold, no good fights get out unless they get UAE money. Let's go to the next fight, or the back to the card just quickly. Like, there's not a lot left to talk about, but it was. I just wanted to talk actually really quickly about this girl, Melissa Dixon. Did you read the post fight interview? Dude, I kind of like this chick. Like, she kind of won me over a little bit with that post fight interview. She's kind of funny, right? And like, it was a good scrap. Honestly, this was like. Aria Alexi was not very good. I'll tell you right. She was like windmilling punches, leaves her chin up in the air. She did land that crazy knockdown, which is like wild. But I think this Melissa Dixon girl's actually not too bad, man. She's tough as fucking hell. She's a dog. She's gonna fight for your money. She's got good like control time. She doesn't have much power, but like I was impressed. What do you think, man?
Yeah, no, I was just surprised how she was so heavy on top that like, Alexieva comes from a judo background. You couldn't get up like that. That's what's crazy. But yeah, I was impressed with Melissa Dixon. Her post fight, she said that she's Joanne Calderwood .2 because of her voice. She has a very squeaky voice.
Saw that, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think she's a fun addition to the bantamweight division. And Alexieva, bro, I don't know, like you guys know, I hardly bash UFC fighters, but there's just something about her that annoys the fuck out of me, and I don't know what it is. Dude.
It was like screaming, like when she walked out to the octagon and on the scale, and she has these like really bad tattoos. Her haircut's very bad too. Like,
yeah, it's just something about her.
There's something about it. Fight though. Yeah, it was a good fight though. Honestly, like it was an actual fight. Like they were fighting for their money. Like the girl didn't give up. She could have easily got TKO'd like in the second round, probably. So I'll give her credit to that. But yeah, I thought you were annoying too. I like the Dixon girl. Just the last couple fights here, guys. Gutierrez just chopping down Alateng Ali, and then Ducote kind of lighting up Yoder with punches. Any quick thoughts on those two fights? Start with you, Marcel. The last two fights in the card. Get over here.
By the way, glad you didn't ask me about the Alexieva Dixon fight. I thought it was a horrible.
Oh, I'm sorry, Marcel. My apologies.
I thought it was a horrible fight, so I'm happy you didn't ask me.
You didn't like it? I thought it was decent.
No. It was a waste of time, and both are not UFC caliber. So, Chris Gutierrez fought good, I think. He did well against Alateng Haley. You already saw after 30 seconds, 1 minute, what he was going to do. Couldn't put him away, but I think it was a good performance. And I mean, well done. And Yoder against Ducote. Yeah, man, Yoder couldn't get anything to going. I think Ducote was a little bit quicker on the feet to her, and she sliced her open bad, man, and both eyebrows here above, man. She had 2 extra eyebrows after the fight. Yeah, man, I think Yoder. Listen, man, I like Ashley Yoder a lot. I think she's also a very humble girl. If I see her talk all the time. But man, she has a negative record now in MMA, so I'll be surprised if we see her back. But I don't know. We'll see.
She's 8-9 in MMA and 3-8 in the UFC. There's no way they can give her another fight.
3-8 in the UFC?
Yes, it's 3-8 in the UFC.
Yeah,
they can't. There's just no way.
She got her ass beat, but at least she went out like she went out with a boom.
Oh, those cuts were brutal. Oh my god, guys, it looked like Marvin Eastman, that famous cut. You know what I'm talking about? Like that looked shit.
She had like the meat face.
Bro, it was. I'll just say it was shaped like a V, and that's kind of what it looked like as well. So I'll just say that it was brutal, man. Poor girl. Yeah. Like that's a battle scar to leave the UFC on, eh? Like this sport is fucking. it's brutal, and the thing about her is she never moved her head. But anyways, that's it for UFC Vegas 81. For your card, I want to get this question from Glenn. Thought that you saw it. I mean, we didn't get a chance to talk about it. So yeah, the whole week was fucking weird with USADA coming out and releasing that statement, and then UFC saying the relationship's over, and then they threw Conor under the bus, and now they're gonna go with this like drug-free sport Inc. or something later on. And I don't know. The whole thing's a mess. Alex, you were on the ground in Vegas for this. By the way, I know Dana had that thing. Was it the PBR thing? Is that where he talked about it? And then you saw was it Strickland? Saw it Strickland. You seen the video, Marcel? It's so funny.
Yeah, of course.
He likes you, Alex. He really likes you. I think he's a joker, right? He's a funny guy.
Yeah,
you like Sean,
he's my buddy. He's my buddy.
I like Sean. Give me your thoughts on what Dana and Jeff Nowitzki and what's his name, Hunter Campbell. That actually, by the way, just really quick, it was kind of sketchy how all the streams went down before they started talking. I'm like, wait, what's going on here? Like, but anyways, Alex, go ahead, man.
Yeah, I mean, and it was a very limited invite to that to that presser. They only invited New York Times, ESPN, Yahoo, and then the Mac Life just because of the Conor situation. But yeah, man, it's tough. I mean, it was a very fun meme for a couple of days, like where everyone said that USADA was gone, so everyone was going to use steroids again. Obviously, we all know like they're going to do drug testing in some form, but it was fun to kind of just joke about it. The press conference was kind of, it was interesting to kind of hear what they were saying. It was the most we've ever heard from Hunter Campbell, which was cool. But I just feel like it was kind of, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I don't know how to really put my thoughts. Like, I can't really speak what I'm thinking about it. I just kind of thought it was just like basically just like a PR thing to get out in front of it all. And then using George Pirro as the guy who interrogated Saddam Hussein as the guy who's going to be in charge of it all. Like, what's this guy going to do? Going to fucking interrogate the fighters? What did you use? What did you use?
Waterboarding them.
Waterboarding these guys. But I mean, I do like that they finally came out and said like how USADA was making the fighters' lives very inconvenient, waking them up at 6 a.m., having them tell them wherever they went, which is just fucking inconvenient, bro. Like what? Like I can't drive 3 hours to go cross train without telling you where I'm going. Like the fuck out of here with that. Like it's just stupid. So I like that. Like that part of USADA is going away, and I don't think a lot's going to change other than just like the inconvenience of the fighters. I think all the fighters are going to be drug tested. It's still going to be a somewhat clean, like it's going to be a clean sport as much as it was because they have all of the testing. Like that's the benefit that USADA had with the UFC is they basically gave them a layout on how to become a successful drug testing place, right? So yeah, that's my thought. Sorry if I rambled.
No, you didn't ramble at all. Do you have any quick thoughts, Marcel? Anything you want to add?
I mean, I think Alex said most things, and it looked pretty comical, those two next to each other, and then Hunter saying like, yeah, they damaged Conor. Listen, man, if they probably shouldn't. I think they shouldn't have said what they said probably in the press release. What they did, and that's true. But damaged Conor did a little bit to himself. But he's right. If you go specifically by the letter, yeah. Hunter is right, of course, and he wouldn't say it if it wasn't like that because he's like he's a lawyer, right? Hunter, right?
Yeah.
So he wouldn't say something without right. So yeah, and I feel like it was a really weird. It came out of nothing, that you saw the statement. I was like, huh? Everybody was like, and the UFC had to reply on it, and Jeff Nowitzki then as well. Yeah. We'll see what's next. I'm looking forward to what's next, and I'm happy for the fighters if they don't get wake up at 6 a.m. anymore, even when they are like in fight week. What happened before with Paulo Costa, for example. So yeah.
Fair enough. All right,
or fucking Volkanovski, where they woke up Volkanovski like 6 hours before or like 8 hours before his second fight with Max. Like that's what Volkanovski said. Like that's why it was how his performance was. Like, dude, like what you're gonna. One of the biggest fights of this dude's career, biggest fight of the year at that point, and you're gonna wake him up 6 hours before his fight, like just.
Yeah. No, I agree. Let's just quickly just touch on the contender really quick before we get out of here because go do the UFC 294 preview, but just go through like you were there, Ox, I think for this one too, and Ramon Tavares gets a great win. Andre Lima gets a win. Carter Matthews, Torres Finney, Markel Medeiros, Lucas Rocha. Dana White gives out 5 contracts. So all the winners except for Torres Finney get the call. Yeah, I mean, like I would have given all the winners contracts too, but I probably would have given one to Finney too.
I love Alex for it. He said it to Dana in the press. I love it.
I know. I saw that. That was a good press conference, Alex. Again, you're like the one guy who has the balls to like push back on Dana these days. Yeah. And like I don't know, he kind of actually gives you answers. Like I just don't get it. Like the guy, I'm not saying he looked amazing, but like. He still finished the fight. Like, what else are you looking for, really?
I just feel like, I mean, I get what Dana's saying, and Dana might be right. Like, Torres Finney is very one-dimensional, right? And if you can stuff his takedowns, you're probably going to beat this guy. But if you put Torres Finney against Jose Medina, who wins that fight?
Torres Finney.
Torres Finney.
That's the weight class he'd be fighting at, right? He'd be moving down in weight.
Yeah, 1,000%. So, like, and that was like, that's the one thing I wanted to really get across. Like, dude, like, what did you see in Jose Medina that you did not see in Torres Finney, right? It's just like, dude, like, I understand the Jose Medina thing. Like, he acted like Nate Diaz, and he's from Bolivia, a country that you don't have any UFC stars. But, like, dog, you got fucking dominated for 3 rounds, and you still got the contract. Like, the show, unfortunately, is really lost its luster. Like it really sucks. It's just like it's just a puppy farm at this point where they're just picking up cheap fighters to fill these cards. It really, really sucks. It's really bummed because those 10 weeks are like some of my favorite content of the entire year. And it's just like, dude, like the show's just gone fucking tanked.
Too many contracts. Like just
and then it's like he's also like really weird with some stuff. He gives that Stephanie girl a contract with a draw, and he doesn't give Daniel Allen a contract who beats like the LFA champion or whatever, you know?
That was stupid. Yeah, I agree with you guys. Like, I just think they need to go to, especially because if you look at the season, all Brazilian guys, just do the all Brazil. Remember they had that one, the all Brazilian one. They got like Marino Rodriguez and a few other fighters from that
Tyler
season.
Santos,
yeah. Johnny Walker too, yeah, absolutely. So they got some good fighters from that season. That's what I would do. I listen, like, or just do it once a year. They don't have to do it twice a year because they had 10 weeks earlier this year, right? Didn't they?
No, it's last year.
No.
Was it last year?
Yeah, it's just once a year. It's just they need to stop giving out so many contracts. Like, bro, the roster is already bloated as fuck. There's almost 800 fighters on the roster, dude. Like, and I know you're probably using this, bringing these guys in to cut other fighters, but like, the roster is so bloated right now. It's ridiculous, dude. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, no, I agree. All right. I think we're good there. Okay, we'll end this podcast here, guys. Alex, man, dude, thanks for coming on, man. It's always a pleasure to have you. We're gonna preview UFC 294, Alex. I have no idea if you want to stick around, but we're gonna start that in just a few minutes. We'll set up the podcast, guys. You have anything else to say before we end this one?
No, man. Thanks for having me on, man. I really appreciate it. And like I said, whenever you guys need me, you know my number.
Yeah, I mean, dude, do you want to stick around or do you have to?
Yeah, man.
It's up to you. Totally up to you. But we'll give you the option. I
kind of want to.
We'll go for like 45 minutes probably.
Yeah, I kind of have to go to Apple.
Yeah, of course.
Buy a new laptop, unfortunately.
You're a busy guy, man. You know, you're the MMA Mania social media guy. You're the Fury FC social guy. You're Dana White's top interviewer, Sean Strickland's buddy. Like you're a man of many hats, my friend. So, Marcel, anything you want to say really quick before we get out of here to Alex, maybe?
Yeah, man. Look forward to talk about UFC 294 and to Alex. Always fun when you're hopping on, man. On the stream. Love talking to you, and you do a great job, dude. You're one of these guys who actually dares to ask certain questions that other people don't. So I really appreciate it that you're a fun guy to talk to as well. So always happy to have you on the stream, man.
I appreciate it, Rose. Thank you for having me. And Bill says thank you. Bye.
Bill or Bella?
Bella.
Oh, okay. Let's say Bill. That's awesome. No, Bella's cute. That's so cute. Bye, Bella. All right. Thanks, Alex. Appreciate it, man. Okay, guys, just give me a minute here. I'm going to set up the podcast for UFC 294. Preview that card. Thanks, guys.
Yes.